Maya sat alone at the very back of the pigeon pod, quietly staring at a small pastry resting on a plain paper plate. Around her, customers chatted over coffee, pages turned softly, and the comforting smell of fresh bread and cinnamon filled the warm cafe. Normally, the peaceful place made people forget the noisy city outside. Today, it couldn't quiet Maya's aching heart. She was one of the most gifted culinary students in her academy, but hardly anyone noticed. Maya never dressed like the popular students. She wore thick glasses, simple clothes, and spoke only when necessary. While others built social media followings and filmed glamorous cooking videos, Maya spent her evenings perfecting recipes no one ever saw. That morning, her cooking instructor had removed her from her school's team for the upcoming City Pastry Gala. He hadn't even tasted her dessert. Instead, he chose a stylish influencer whose pastries looked beautiful on camera. "Presentation matters," he had said coldly. "People want someone who looks like success." Those words echoed in Maya's mind as she fought back tears. Without asking a single question, Aunt Sasha walked over from behind the counter. She placed a tall glass of sweet iced coffee beside Maya, tiny drops of water sliding down the chilled glass. Then she set down a warm slice of freshly baked banana cake, still steaming from the oven. The rich aroma of butter, vanilla, and ripe bananas slowly filled the air. Sasha smiled gently. "Take a pause, little one. A hungry heart cannot think clearly." Maya took a bite. The soft cake and cold coffee slowly eased the heaviness inside. She whispered, "They called my presentation too plain. They never even tasted my vanilla cardamom cream filling. They looked at my apron, looked at me, and decided I didn't have the star quality to represent the school." Sasha quietly wiped the wooden counter. A familiar sparkle appeared in her warm eyes. "Let me tell you about a chef named Henry." Maya looked up. Henry worked in the royal kitchens of France. He had a crooked back, old patched shoes, and everyone underestimated him. The head chef mocked him every day because he didn't look impressive. "What did Henry make?" Maya asked. "He gathered the leftover scraps everyone else threw away. He baked tiny, uneven tarts. They weren't beautiful, but inside he filled them with warm chocolate, wild berries, and rich cream. When the feast began, the princess admired the giant sugar swan. She took one bite and quietly pushed it aside. Then she tasted Henry's little tart. Sasha smiled gently. She asked for another, then another. Before the evening ended, Henry had become the new royal chef. Maya smiled softly. "So talent finally won?" Sasha gently shook her head. "No, flavor won." She leaned closer. "People often judge with their eyes before they ever use their hearts. Don't fight that. Use it." Maya frowned thoughtfully. "How?" A playful smile appeared on Sasha's face. "Give them something they think they understand, then surprise them with something they'll never forget." She leaned forward and whispered a clever plan in Maya's ear. As Sasha spoke, Maya's eyes grew wider and wider. Then she laughed. For the first time all week, hope replaced disappointment. 3 days later, the City Pastry Gala filled the convention hall with excitement. Cameras flashed while famous chefs and food critics walked between beautifully decorated displays. Maya's former classmates proudly presented an enormous castle cake covered in shimmering fondant and sparkling decorations. It looked spectacular, and the audience applauded. But after tasting it,
The judges offered only polite smiles. Then Maya stepped onto the stage. She had entered the competition independently. Instead of an elaborate display, she carefully placed a simple matte black ceramic dome before the judges. Her former instructor smirked. "Maya," he said, "that looks more like a burnt stone than a dessert. Where's your grand presentation?" Maya met his eyes without fear. "Sometimes," she replied calmly, "the best part comes after the first impression." She lifted a small silver pitcher and slowly poured warm raspberry sauce over the dark dome. The audience gasped. The chocolate shell began melting away in a perfect spiral. Hidden beneath it was an elegant golden pastry shaped like a blooming flower. As the warm sauce reached its center, each delicate petal slowly unfolded, the air filled with the irresistible aroma of vanilla, cardamom, toasted hazelnuts, and fresh butter. The judges stared in amazement. Then they tasted it. The warm raspberry sauce, silky cool cream, crisp pastry, and delicate spices blended perfectly. One judge closed his eyes. Another immediately reached for a second bite. Finally, the head judge smiled. "This," he said quietly, "is unforgettable." Even Maya's instructor lowered his head, realizing he had mistaken appearance for talent. Moments later, the judges unanimously awarded Maya the grand prize and a prestigious culinary scholarship. That evening, the little brass bell above the page and pod rang brightly as Maya burst through the door holding a shining gold trophy. She ran straight to Aunt Sasha and hugged her tightly. "They loved it," Maya laughed through joyful tears. "The head judge even apologized to me." Sasha smiled with quiet pride. "I never doubted your gift." She gently squeezed Maya's shoulder. "Now go show the world what real flavor tastes like." Maya nodded, thanked her once more, and hurried home to celebrate with her family. The cafe slowly grew silent again. Outside, the evening sun slipped behind the green hills. Inside, Aunt Sasha stood alone by the window. Her warm smile slowly disappeared. She reached into her apron pocket and opened a small silver locket. Inside was a faded photograph of her younger sister. Sasha gently brushed her thumb across the picture. "I'm trying, sweetheart," she whispered into the quiet room. "I'm making sure no one else gets left behind in the dark."